Please take your seats quickly, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Hi guys, and welcome to OneMinuteTennis.com. In today's session, I want to talk to you about the volley, both the backhand volley and the forehand volley. And I want to share with you some fundamental principles which, if you apply to your volley, will make it more stable, more accurate, and most of all, more powerful. Now, in reference to the volley, one of the most common things that we hear is that you should not swing at the volley. But it's actually essential to make a small, controlled and precise swing. If you make no swing at the volley, then you can deflect the ball. And if the ball's traveling at great speed or straight at you, this is not a bad idea. But if it's a medium pace ball or anything in between, or even slow, then it's essential to actually take a swing at the volley. But if you take too big a swing, as soon as you end up here, then the ball will almost certainly go into the net. So use your left hand as an anchor. As I begin the volley, I'm in a ready position here, nice and high, and my left hand or my off hand is in front of my chest. I'm going to leave the hand there to get the feel of it and then come firmly back to the hand. I now have a controlled swing that's not too big, not too small, and will help me to control anything but the very fastest of balls. If you don't have time for this swing, then you can deflect the ball because you don't need it. But if you have time for the swing, then you do need it because you want to add speed to the ball to gain control of it and win the collision. So the first principle for the volley is that we go back where we started, right into this hand. And the next thing is that we want to try and take the racket back whenever we possibly can. But it's very important the racket goes back, but not the elbow. See, if I don't take the racket back at all, then I have no real power. Again, I'm just deflecting the ball. But if I take the racket back like this, then I'm going to make way too big a swing and I'm going to lose control of the ball. But if I allow the racket to go back, but the elbow stays close to the body, then now what's going to happen is that I have a strong, powerful swing, but with control. So the second thing is that when there's time, remember, if you don't have the time to do it, you don't need it. It's a wonderful paradox. If you have the time, you need it. If you don't have time, you don't need it. So if you have time, then allow the racket to go back and then back where it started. And by allowing the racket to go back and back where it started, you'll have way more power and much more control. And there's another advantage to laying the racket back slightly like this, to taking the racket back and not the elbow. Because you can try this now. If you go take the racket into a traditional position here and then swiftly move forwards, you're swinging from the tricep. And if you lay the racket back and then swing to here, you're swinging from the bicep. And the bicep is much stronger than the tricep when forcing the arm forwards. So we have a much stronger stroke with more control, creating more power. And then the final thing that I want to cover today is to try and keep your head as close as possible to the racket head. When you keep your head close to the racket head, both in the forehand and the backhand volley, then your step into the ball will be absolutely flawless because the feet will always follow the head. So I keep my head close to the racket and I have great footwork on the volley. It will be the correct foot moving forwards at exactly the right time. So swing at the ball whenever you possibly can, take the racket back whenever you possibly can, and keep your head close to the racket head, and you'll have a more powerful and more controlled volley. If you like my ideas on tennis, check out our books on Amazon. We have books on every part of the game, and the books are broken down into the science and biomechanics of the strokes, and then with really simple solutions and great illustrations, they're a terrific way of helping your game. Or join players in over 40 countries all over the world of all levels at all ages that I'm helping with one-to-one coaching. It's a unique service and it really works. For more information, email me or check out the website. So remember, swing at the volley whenever you can, take the racket back whenever you can, and always keep your head close to the racket head, and you'll have a better, more powerful and more successful volley. Thanks for watching, and see you next time for more unique tennis lessons that really work.